Podcast, attorney Matt Belinsky and political commentator Deborah Leah. Thank you both for coming on here. So, Deborah, you had Navarro there, right? She's saying kids in America are going to return home to these abandoned houses, and because their parents were just ripped away. And you think, I mean, it's unbelievable how anti-Trump, it doesn't matter what he says, it doesn't matter what he does, they've got to have some comment against it. What do you think about this?
I mean, absolutely. This is the opposite of hypocritical. This is an effort of diplomacy. This war has been going on for over 3 years now, with thousands of lives being lost every single week. Melania didn't write in her letter for policy changes or any giant change. She just reached to his humanitarian side. She tried to display diplomacy, and all of us who have been watching this war that Russia started, that has been absolutely brutal, I think we would all rather that this war ends via diplomacy rather than boots on the ground, sanctions, or anything that would lead to more deaths. I think this is a great step in the right direction, and if she could even push the needle a little bit, I'm very thankful. But since when do we expect first ladies to be involved in politics? I think this was an act of kindness and generosity. Yeah. There's absolutely no reason to be upset over this.
It amazes me because every time ABC and CBS and CNN, they talk about Trump and Vladimir Putin, they talk about the relationship, Matt, right? As ABC just did a little while ago. Watch this.
Though President Trump wants a meeting soon, right now there's no indication of when or even if it will happen.
And right now, there is so much riding on President Trump's relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. European leaders want Trump to pressure Putin to agree to a ceasefire, but that is not something that the Russian leader wants. And so tonight, the fighting continues.
The framing is always, Matt, like you know, Putin and Trump are besties from their time back in the KGB together. I mean, it's just kind of baffling how they frame this at all times.
Yeah, there's so much evidence at this point, it's almost incontrovertible that you would have to ignore to believe that Donald Trump is doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin. If he was Putin's puppet, if he was doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin, he wouldn't be trying to settle the conflict at all. He'd just let Putin continue to do what he's doing, which is win the war and continue to conquer territory. Trump has a better understanding of human nature and of his adversaries. He understands that you can't take too aggressive a tone with Putin, particularly because we're not willing to risk American military personnel in this conflict. He's trying to find another way out. Doesn't make it any less adversarial.
Yeah. And meantime, you have this, Deborah. CNN is kind of intimating that Trump is trying to deny slavery, and because he wants the Smithsonian to focus on brightness, on things that made this country great. Here's the CNN conservative, how he explained it over there. Watch.
I don't think he's denying it, and Bachi may want to comment on this as well. But I think what he wants to ask is a simple: present our history. Are we spending most of our time focused on something terrible? Are we going to spend more time as we enter our 250th anniversary focused on what this country has done to improve the lives of every single person who lives here? We are the light of the world for a reason, because we're an improving commodity.
Yeah, but it kind of goes back to the whole main theme here, which is the left always wants to remind everybody how much they hate America, and the right's trying to say, you know, there's some actually good things about this country. Maybe look at those once in a while. Deborah.
I love this country, and celebrating the progress that we've made does not erase our history. Yes, did we have darkness in our past? Absolutely, but we should be able to celebrate how much we've gone forward in 250 years. This is an amazing country. We should not be defined by our darkness. We should be defined by the fact that we fought a war to end slavery. We've had a black man as the sitting, duly elected president of this country, not once, but twice in a row, okay? We have made so much progress, and I'm so proud to be American, and we should be displaying this in our museums. To be an American is an incredible thing. We have been the world leader of light and freedom since the inception of our country, and to try and display that we're a big racist country, what message is that saying to young Americans, young black Americans going to museums? It's the same talking points uttered on college campuses, just trying to destroy people's drive and their desire to be successful in this great American country.
And lastly, it turns out, Matt Belinsky, the people over at MSNBC, which is about to be MS Now, right? MS Now, are kind of bummed out because they said they were promised that it was going to remain MSNBC, and now they're like some MS Now. Well, we had them on the nightcap last night doing some kind of thing. What's the acronym that you would give for MS Now? And here's what some of the responses were. We showed some last night. Making sense, not our wheelhouse. More shows, no one watches. My socialist, nihilistic, obnoxious worldview, and media screaming nothing of worse. And we were saying today, well, morale sucks, no one watching. That's kind of the new thing. They're all bummed out over there about the new name.
Yeah, you'd think that MSNBC employees at this point, they'd be used to embarrassment, but apparently this was the indignity that they could not suffer, a change of their brand and their name. Given their results and their downward slope of ratings over the last 10 years, you'd think they'd want everything to distance themselves from a tarnished brand. I don't know, apparently for them, comfort, anything's more comfortable than change. They just want to embrace this note of failure.
Yeah, and it's kind of amazing because you would think they would be all in on a fresh start. Let's start new and give it something else. Matt, Deborah, thank you both. Let's bring in the host of the Amy Robbins Show, Alexo Athletica CEO Amy Robbins, and Princeton University political scientist Lauren Wright. Thank you both for coming on. Amy, to you first. I want to play some, you had the protesters. Let's put the video of the protesters up again because you can hear the blop, blop, the beep, 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 all the sound here. As you see J.D. Vance walk out with Pete Hegseth.